Good morning students and welcome back to Alchemy online classes. Students, in our previous class we have learned about how Britishes came to India and what effect they have given on Indian. We learn about many advantages like they have given us transportation facilities, postal service facilities, upgradation of school, and also many disadvantages. We learned that many Indian hand workers have to pay, weavers have to pay for that, and other things which Indians had to face during that period. So today I want to ask you some filling the blanks related to that. My first is the first train run between dash and dash in 1853. Yes, correct answer. Bombay and Thane. The first train ran between Bombay and Thane in 1853. My second blank is the British brought handloom raw material at dash price in India. Correct, low price. Third, they forced farmers to grow cash crop like dash and dash, indigo and cotton. And last, according to the law of dash, if a ruler died without any natural hire, his territory would come under the British Empire. Yes, doctrine of lapse. So student, this was our previous chapter discussion. Now you understand that how Britishes affect India. Now I will tell you a story, and after that I will ask you question. The story, or you can say a situation, is like that. You grew up in a vegetarian family where none of your family members has even ever eaten meat. You have many animals as pets at home and you find it very cruel to harm them, let alone eat them. Your new school only offers non-vegetarian food such as butter chicken, non-veg sandwiches and fish dishes for lunch. You are not allowed to bring your own lunch. You are hungry and the teachers ask you to eat your lunch. You protest, your protests are not heard and you are even threatened with detention if you complain again. How will you feel? My first question is, how will you feel? We all feel pressurized in that case. If we are not eating something, no one can force to us. But earlier, British ruler were forced to Indian to eat that kind of things, and they are forcing for many things, for many works. This was the situation of earlier Indians, especially Indian soldiers. And what will you do in such situation? You will accept situation, or will you not do anything against them but do not follow them? Or will you fight against them with your all power? Like this situation, people were forced to do whatever British said them. They were not able to complain about it because no one is there to listen them. Indians were paid much less than British soldiers. They were also denied higher posts which were only reserved for British people. British also introduced a new rifle called Enfield rifle. In that rifle, the cartridge of the rifle was made of animal fat such as cow fat and pig fat. So both the soldiers, Indians and Muslims, Hindus and Muslims, denied to use that cartridge because before using that cartridge, before loaded them in the gun, they have to bite it. So Hindus and Muslim soldiers denied to use that cartridge. But then also they forced to do that. Soldier refused to use this bullet and revolt against British. This revolt was also known as First Wars against against British rule, and it was also known as First War of Independence. So in earlier time, people were forced to eat what they don't want to eat. We have seen that soldiers were forced to use that rifle, which is made up of pig fat and cow fat. Hindus were thinking that they cannot eat cow fat, and most of Hindus at that time was not eating meat and all this non-vegetarian food. And Muslim soldiers thought that pig is not they were not allowed to eat pig meat, so they don't want to eat that. But then also Britishers were forcing them to eat that. At that time they start revolting against British rule. So this was the first war against British rule. Now I am going to read the passage from textbook. We all will read together and then we will discuss. The Revolt of 1857. The disconnect among the Indian rulers, farmers and weavers also spread the Indian soldiers. They were paid much less as compared to the British soldiers. They were also denied higher posts which were only reserved for British people. Immediate causes. In 1857, the British introduced a new gun for the soldiers called infield rifle. The cartridge of this gun was graced with animal fat. This cartridge had to be bitten off before loading. This hurt the religious sentiments of both Hindus and Muslims, soldiers, and resulted in a lot of anger and frustration among them. The infield rifle became the immediate cause of the revolt of 1857. The Indian soldiers refused to use this bullet and revolt against the Britishers in 1857. This revolt was also known as the First War of Independence. So students, today we have learned that how the first Revolt War of Independence was started in 1857 because of too much pressure of British ruler on Indian weavers, farmers and soldiers. And this started the first war of independence against British rule. In our next class, we will discuss more about it.